What's up, everybody? It's Patrick with Light Source Engraving, and I'm coming at you today with a short episode. I want to start a quick tips and tricks series and just focus on one material and one setting and bring it to you really quick. And if it's something you want me to expand upon, then just leave a comment and I will read all of those and hopefully get some good feedback and possibly make another video. But today's video is going to be using the UV laser to create custom foam. So let's say you have created a beautiful award, and this award is going to the very first graduate of the Burn to Learn Academy, and they earn the title Afterburner. So the Afterburner is going to get this reward, and we want to package it up nice for them. What are we to do? We can take a knife and hack its foam and try to cut out, and it looks all jagged and terrible. Or we can get our UV laser set up and cut out a nice piece of foam that fits in our box perfectly, like so, and it fits our award perfectly so that it's nice and pretty and packaged and looks very professional. Alright, before we go into Lightburn, one thing I want to address is whenever you're cutting with the galvo laser, you're not going to get a perfect cut. So you can see the angle on that. So it is angled. Because this is going to be wider at the bottom, decrease your width approximately 3 to 4 millimeters, as well as your height approximately 3 to 4 millimeters. Once you have that size adjusted, then what we're going to do is engrave this in reverse like we would engrave for acrylic. That way we can flip it over and we'll have the wider part at the top, so we won't see a gap around the foam, and it fits in there nice and tight, and then we don't see a gap. It's completely filling the box. So just keep that in mind whenever you're engraving or cutting out your shape. You want to cut it in reverse, so just mirror it on the horizontal axis. Alright, now in here in Lightburn you can see that this cutout is mirrored. I do have my box that the rectangle cutout for the shape of the box, and the outline offset of the graphic. This is the same offset that I used to cut out the acrylic, so it is the exact same size. And once you have that ready to go, then we can just look at the cut settings. And Brad over at Epic Engravings had this idea, and he sent me settings that he was using for his 115 lens, and I've modified these for the 300 lens to get a nice cut on the 300 lens, so I can go a little bit bigger and do that full-size box as opposed to just using the 115 lens. The settings for the 300 lens on a 5-watt UV that I am using for this foam is a speed of 30, frequency of 35, a Q pulse of 1, and we're running 2 passes. And I do have this focused about 3 millimeters below the surface of the foam. It's an inch thick, so I'm just down about 3 millimeters, and it's cutting through pretty well. Now that you have those settings, let's just cut some foam out, and I'll show you how easy it is. I'm going to turn my exhaust on so it will get a little loud. And I do have my foam on the Dainty Wheels honeycomb, and it does have a metal protective metal piece below it so that you can use the honeycomb to cut with your galvo and not have to worry about ruining your bed. Now all I need to do is just frame this. I'm going to try to frame it so I have less waste. So that should be good there. Exhaust is running. It'll suck through both of those vents that are off to the side. And I will go ahead and hit start and we'll cut this out. Now we are running slow and it's 2 passes, so it is a slower process than you're probably used to seeing with a galvo. However, it works. Another thing that I want to show you is I was able to create my own pick and pluck foam. Another thing I want to show you is that I was able to create my own pick and pluck foam out of this foam using Lightburn and the perforation mode. So if you're interested, leave a comment and I will do a video on the UV perforation mode and maybe some other tips and tricks with this foam. And it looks like our outline is almost done. Now we're going to cut around the outside. Obviously I didn't frame very well. That's okay, we're just going to roll with it. My exhaust pulls all the smoke in, and I haven't really noticed the smell from that foam. It's more the polyethylene type foam, not the PVC containing foam or the Okay, here's our foam fresh off of the laser, and this pops out pretty easily. Then once you flip it upside down, it will fit in the box nicely. There wouldn't have been gaps if it wasn't for my terrible job of framing. I don't know how I did such a terrible job of framing and left all this nastiness on this side, but I did. Sorry about that. So I put the original at the bottom, and then here's the one I just cut on top, and you can see that it's a perfect fit for the piece of acrylic, and it's a perfect fit for the box except for the jagged edges where I didn't get it framed properly. But stuff happens. There's a mistake that you don't want to make, so I'll just leave it in there. But anyway, that's it for cutting foam. Let me know what you think, and leave a comment if you want to see pick and pluck foam in a future episode. Okay, bonus content. Because I screwed up that framing, I decided to go ahead and show you the pick and pluck method of cutting this foam. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut out a piece. Right, so now we have our foam cut. we can make our pick and pluck foam. And what I have is just a grid of squares set up in Lightburn, and then I'm just going to cut that with perforation mode turned on. So here you can see my grid of squares. So I'm now going to select all of those squares to burn. Under my optimization settings, I do have remove overlapping lines. That way it's just going to cut each line once. And then I'm going to go in here and turn on perforation mode, and I already have it set at cut of 5 millimeters and skip 2 millimeters. I found that works really well. And then you just hit start, be patient, let this run, and then we'll just start plucking some foam. Because I don't give a pluck. Okay, we are done. And here's our foam. Now for the fun part. And it actually pops out pretty easy. It's pretty satisfying. If you just kind of pinch it, it separates, and there you go. There's your pick and pluck. So, like I said, all you gotta do is just pinch it a little bit. Okay, not too bad. I'm gonna have to go ahead and finish this now, otherwise it will drive me crazy. There. Happy pick and pluck. And there you have it, folks. Make your own custom packaging or custom storage solution with foam and your UV laser. Thanks for watching. If you have a suggestion for future content, please leave a comment below. As always, I appreciate you watching, and thank you. Have a great day.